Thank you, Mr. President. I have no questions for the senator from Marshall. I know what this bill is. I know what the answers are. It's very unfortunate, particularly at a time where these activities took place, which were in my district, that not a question was asked of me about this legislation from any angle. There was no outreach. It was my district where this took place. I was there on many of the nights that activities took place. And I guarantee you, not everybody's hands were clean. But what disturbs me most of all is that now we have a city that literally is coming together, having discussions between individuals as to how do we pull this together and move together forward as a city. Tremendous discussions. I had an individual call me one day, Mr. President, and suggest to me that they threw a brick through a window, and then said to me, I was wrong. I now understand that they will not get me where I'm going. See, I already knew that those individuals that participated in that way were the exception of what was going on there. But people actually evolved. I had officers come to me and talk to me about the chagrin that they felt at some of the behavior of the officers. And then told me that officers grew in that process. In fact, I had an officer come to me personally and talk about that. What I'm saying to you is that here are people who are rethinking a circumstance. And now, if I could tell you about the discussions, the interactions, the growth in this. Now, I want to make it clear, I respect some of the sentiments and actions of this body as it relates to, for instance, Senate Bill 10, or Senate Bill 247, I believe, is the other one. There may be some others. But they have absolutely nothing to do with this piece of legislation. No relationship whatsoever. So wrapping that around this is a ruse. Maybe it's an unintended ruse. Maybe it's just a stumble. Maybe it's a misstatement. Maybe it's a lack of perspective. There's so much wrong with this bill. I could stand here for an hour or two to talk about it. I could put it in one word and say it's an overreach. And I'm sure at some point I'm going to be asked to sit down because I must tell you, I'm befuddled by this. We have laws on the book that take care of this situation. We had discretion exercised by police officers, and by the way, we had individuals on the ground that were working in cooperation with the police to make sure there was not miscommunication. It even evolved to that point. We had ongoing discussions to manage that situation, and then an attack on our mayor? Like our mayor was out there trying to do something to his police officers who are his employees who are sworn to protect and serve, as if he could raise a wand, just wave a wand, and all would be right. What part of reason has been suspended here? What part of distance observation and I try not to talk in this vein. I really try. It's not going to make a bridge to anything. The legislation is going to pass. It's already been paved, the road. Individuals locked in their perspectives. The partisanship is obvious. It's another hammer on my district. That's what this is. This is a hammer on my district. This is a backhand slap. And I resent it. I personally resent it. This is beneath this body. It's unwise. It's provocative. It's unnecessary. It's unreasonable. How dare you? We're so smart. We come up here, 38 of us, and we're so smart. We come together, we get the best experts in the world. We have brilliant people writing up combinations of words to express what we want to express. We're so smart. We know. We want to make an expression. Because we can. Because we can. Because you have power. Doesn't mean it's wise to use it. Because you want to express your feeling doesn't mean you have the answer. You do not know what's going on in my district. I resent it. This is arbitrary. Arbitrary penalties. Let's take that hammer and hit them one more time. They deserve it. They're less than. It's as if the community worked for the police. No, the police work for the community. It reflects what the community wants. If we want to change that in our community determines that, not the police. They're employees of the community. Can't we get that straight? It is out of balance. Don't put us in a box that we can't make our decisions in our space in this commonwealth. Resolve our problems close to the ground. We had to come from all on high because we're so smart. Because we're so arrogant, because we know so much. You know, ignorance is our greatest enemy. And we're all ignorant to something. All of us. Include me there. But when you take that hammer out of your ignorance, and you got the answer, and you got to express yourself, really you're expressing someone else as well. And then you bring it to bear on my district. That's what this is about. This is not about Marshall County. This is not about Kenton County. This is about Jefferson County and all the decades of perspectives and biases that have been built up over years, that you could be so arrogant to do that. I resent it. So buy into this misguided, misdirected, unnecessary, unwise, uninformed, piece of policy that should never become law. So vote for it and put that hammer right there on District 33. Go ahead, do it, because you know better. You got the answers. You'll make it happen. Go on and do it. Thank you, Mr. President.